Everybody, welcome back to Island Racewerks channel. We are installing a high pressure fuel pump on a n55. We're already a little bit into it. I took pretty much all the covers and the braces off. I'll basically link all the bolts and sizes for what you're gonna need, all the tools too. First things first is you want to disconnect the terminal, the negative terminal. I just put a rag under it. You don't want the fuel system to pressurize, well, to still be pressurized. So once you basically get to this part, it's all connections, removing O2 sensors, DME connections, and then the bolts that actually hold the intake manifold on. Charge pipe clips, pretty much every sensor that's on this side, minus the one in the intake manifold. But you do want the ones in the back, which I'll show, the DME connections in the back, which I will show you. So 6 DME connections of different sizes, 3 long ones in the front, 3 there, and one kind of fat one with 2 wires coming out of the back. So I would definitely say take pictures, video, just to remember where it goes. These are the last things to come out. Then we're gonna take the bolts and studs out. Charge pipe clip is off. We took the intake out just for more room. You'll also see this wire right here is gonna be tucked under here with that clip right there. You wanna get that off. Don't pull the intake off too fast. So then we have the high pressure sitting right there with that one bolt right there. So now once you take out, there's 5 nuts, 2 bolts, they're all 11 mil. You have on the back of this, it's the same kind of pinch and a sensor that you have to pop out. Make sure you get the new gaskets for these fuckers. Once you have this open, then you can take your 17 mil wrench and pop these lines off. Sensor out of the back is gonna come out. Then when we run this line out, we're gonna lift the car up, go under, and take this line and then put the upgraded one on. So you want to also take off both sides, one off the fuel rail itself, and then that's the, I guess, farther, well, front side, and then rear side is the one that you're lifting the car up to take out and exchange. See, it's this one though, we're going back there. So at this point, you take the sensor out of the back of the fuel pump, which, depending on which fuel pump you're getting, will determine if you get a exchange harness that'll fit. If you have a Dorch, you will probably have to cut the wire and crimp it. If you get the spool, like the one we sell on our website, you get a little sensor, or I guess something to plug this in that goes into there, so you don't have to crimp or do anything. So now it is a T40, or T30, excuse me, to take the fuel pump out. And you want to do it in, turn it 90 degrees on one side, just back and forth, because you don't want to back it all the way out and have it leaning to one side. So once you take those bolts out, you got to back it out little by little. Then you have this hose here, which is the same kind of, you pinch where the grooves, well, where the bumps are. And then you'll be able to just pop it right out. Now you need to lift the car, and we will be taking out the other hose. So you see how there's a clip? Oh, yeah, let me see if I could clip right there. That's holding it in place. Usually use a screwdriver or whatever. I mean, It's also pretty open right now, so you could just drop everything in the engine bay. So, you know, not everything's working against you. You'll be able to see the clip. Usually you could do it by hand, but sometimes you cannot.
Screwdriver time.
Once you pop it open, you just stick it to the back, it'll pop open, and the line, with a little bit of persuasion, well, it was free. Yeah, there you go. Then you free it. Come on, you fucking prick. Then you could just pop. Not right out though. That shit took too long. So you will have similar kind of press down clip for the fuel line. So for this one, I'm gonna try to balance you in a certain spot. Probably be a horrible view, but as long as you can see what I'm doing. So you have the whole line, press it in, press this piece in. Oh. If you could just get the line pretty much free over here, then it'll give you less of a problem. Then you'll get a little fuel, which, you know, is, you will have to clean off. Once you disconnect that, then you go on the bottom side of it, and you basically want to disconnect. Now, you don't have to take the line in two pieces. I thought less fuel would come out, so that's my bad. I'll clean that up when I'm done. Little brake clean, little compressed air, and you'll be fine. Just be careful of blowing anything into the fuel pump if you're going to clean it before. I would just recommend cleaning it after. So now you're going to go on the under. So with these, I got the lower line off. It's the same kind of line as the one I showed you before, where you press it in, then you run the new line all the way to the low pressure, hard plastic, shitty line. So here's the issue you don't want to run into. This right here goes here, but you know, fuel pump has to come off again, so I could bolt that back up and then right back in. I didn't torque it down, it's just sitting in there. Pretty much after you torque the base individually for the spool one, and then you torque the high pressure, and then everything goes back together slowly. And then I'll also show you how to tune it, well, parentheses, tune it through MHD. You're just switching a setting to the new fuel pump. Right, so we got the fuel pump in. Let me turn this light on real quick. We got the fuel pump in. You got to put the harness back that was taken off. It's 14. Make sure these two are accessible. You have to plug the I'm assuming airline onto, well, back where it goes. So these two are gonna go on the bottom of the intake manifold. You know, So before you even do this job, you want to make sure you have new gaskets for the intake manifold. Because if you're going to take it off, you might as well swap them anyway. Because if you have an issue, it's just going to be a nightmare to redo it. All right, I left the bottom covers off, so when we actually turn the vehicle on, we can see any leaks. Now the intake manifold is going to go on. So you want to go into map writing, go all the way down to your fuel pump setting, and you want to select whichever fuel pump you have. Then you can back out and write the map. Ready? Yeah, so once you get everything together, make sure everything is connected, DMEs, everything back where it should be. I have a lot of the shit off of it right now. We connected the battery. We went through MHD and tuned it. We have the wireless one, so we wrote the map, so ready to hear it. So it's tuned, buttoned up, you know, everything's running good, no leaks. It's hard to see in there, but you can see that red thing, yeah. But everything's good. We used MHD, so you go through there and put that you have a stage 1 or 2 or fx-150 or 180, whatever. We'll run the map for you. This is the only thing that I don't like that much, is that this is in the way. This is on top of that. It's fine. So we are getting a first drive. We're going to record all everything through the MHD log. I'm disgusting, so I'm not going to get in his car. So it's got nice tail lights.